Well, a very good evening, everybody, and welcome to Delta T Racing. This is Division 2, coming live from Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. This is round 3 of the championship, and it's good to be here. Looking at the moment, looks like we've got a dry qualifying session, but it doesn't mean it's going to be dry towards the end. We'll get the telemetry up so we can see what's going on. And then we'll see who the first person out of the pits is going to be. Okay, so Tickard is first out of the pits. Tickard currently the championship leader in D2 with a 3-point gap over H2O Spectre. Obviously only the 2 races so far. We have 2 different winners as well. Peter Vol won the season opener in Mexico, and then 10K actually won the second race in Azerbaijan. So 10K and the Williams currently in 4th place in the championship. So let's have a look. So obviously Tickard now going round on his warm-up lap. Looks like there's a lot coming out of the pits at the moment, but while we're doing that, we'll have a quick look at the driver standings. As I say, Tickard in the lead at the moment after 2 rounds with 28 points. Second, we have H2O Spectre with 25, Peter Vol 25, and 10K on 25 as well. Then come the 2 Ferraris of Nexton and Abrasive. So obviously after 2 races, it's quite close at the top. Have the top 5 separated by just 5 points, so it will be quite interesting. So anyway, let's get back to some live action as we have Tickard now coming up towards the bus stop chicane to start his hot lap. So obviously as long as he doesn't invalidate, will set himself the provisional pole time. Okay, so just riding with Tickard at the moment onto the Camel Straight. Working his way up to turn 5, Lacombe. And then Malmedy. Before heading downhill to turn 8, which is Bruxelles. Easy corner to get wrong here in Bruxelles. Really can lose a lot of time now. There's another corner that I don't get on with, turn 9. I think it's a corner with no name. Early on, so looks like a tidy lap so far from Tickard. We'll stay on board with him here as he goes into Campus and Stavelot. Ride outside a little bit with Tickard now as he moves into Blanchimont. Coming up to the bus stop chicane, so he will set himself the provisional pole position here. Obviously by virtue of being the first car to cross the line, we'll see what kind of a banker Tickard is going to set for everybody else. He is a 43.092. Not a bad lap there at all. So who do we have next? We have Abrasive will be coming across next. So we'll see what time Abrasive can put down. 43.9, and he is followed there with the Red Bull of It's Only KG there coming into 3rd place with a 44.0. So we now have a gaggle of cars coming up towards the start-finish line. Let's keep an eye on Peter Vol at the moment. We have 10K there moving up into 2nd place, and Peter Vol 42.6 volts right the way up into provisional pole position. Cracking lap there by Peter. So he is part of our esports team, so we do expect great things from him. There we are. And Cannabiso there, so apologies if I'm getting some names wrong here, so it's my My first week covering D2. Should have been racing in D4 myself tonight, but obviously with the shortage of commentators, it's always best to drop out and make sure that we get coverage, so that's what I'm doing. So apologies, I am Nell Boy by the way, and you're stuck with me for the next hour or so. So let's hope for an exciting race. So here we are, Cassell is in the Tickard is going to be coming into the pits. He's invalidated on that lap anyway, but it is his in lap. So it looks like everybody has set their first laps other than Plebmaster just about to start here. So let's have a look to see where Famrod Pre is. He is down at Malmedy, so turn 7. Let's follow with him for a bit. That car just in front of him, I think they're on a slow down, so hopefully they won't get in the way. Famrod Pre as well, out on the medium, so I mean, looking at the times, everybody on softs other than Stavrolis in 8th and Canabisu in 9th. Everybody else going out on the soft so far. I can see perhaps the medium runners might go for a run on softs later, or they might be looking at the alternate strategy, which it can be very powerful here. But a lot obviously depends on how many safety cars we get, if we get a safety car. So Division 1 yesterday didn't have a safety car till right towards the end of the race. Had a couple of virtual safety cars, but the safety car itself only came out with about 3 laps to go, and we ended up with a 1-lap shootout where Benny was successful last night in that. Shabby coming home a close second after also having to serve a drive-through for speeding under the virtual safety car, which was a little bit harsh from what we understand. So Famrod Pre there still hasn't set a time. Trying to see who else is coming. H2O Spectre will be starting his fast lap now. We'll see what he can do. Just going to keep an eye on Plebmaster, who should be setting a time there and goes up into 8th with a 1:44.7. So just over 2 seconds behind Pedavol, up in provisional pole position at the moment. So it's a fairly wide spread at the moment. But as I say, a lot of times being set, or well, 3 times being set on mediums at the moment. So whether they will improve, we will see. Okay, so who are we going to go on board with? Cassell looks like he's on an out lap there. We are looking, I think Famrod Pre is going to be the next one to actually set himself a lap time. So Famrod Pre there in the Alpine. So here we go then, Famrod Pre coming towards the end of the lap and moving up to the bus stop chicane. And abandons that lap there. So we still haven't had him set a time yet. H2O Spectre looks like the next car to come across. So on the soft, coming into the bus stop chicane. And then that final squirt to the start finish line. Get so many cars that lose it coming out of that final corner there. Spectre there goes with a 42.7 to catapults himself up into 2nd place. Fantastic lap by him there. Who else do we have? I think Donkey Dan it will be next to cross the line. And he goes with a 44.9. And who's just behind Tickard there? A 43.0. So didn't improve his lap time there or position. Okay, we have a yellow flag at the top of Radion there. Looks like it's only KG had a bit of a moment, but luckily hasn't held anybody up. So next to cross the line, I think we're looking at Tickard. Should be coming across to set his first lap with just under 8 minutes to go. I'm not sure if he invalidated there or whether that was just an outlap. I think I just caught the end of that. So, Owen Dunn. He looks like he's on a bit of a slower lap there. So just trying to find someone who's actually going for it at the moment. Oh, we have a spinner there, a ticket off. Okay, on a lap, but where's his teammate, Donkey Dan? Let's see if Donkey's actually going to set himself a lap here. And here we go into the final straight, so 42.695, cracking lap there by Donkey, catapults himself up into second place. Then just behind we have a Red Bull of its only KG. As I say, he did have a moment on that lap, so I didn't expect too much from him. 10K will be next to cross the line. Lost a bit of grip there at the back. We'll see if he can improve. He can't, but Pedavol there putting in a 1:42.426, so improving on his time considerably there. And Van Rodbury is just about to start. We'll see if he actually get a time on the ball. We've got two that haven't actually set a time yet, which is Cassell and Van Rodbury. Very close together on track. Cassell coming into the pits. And it's right on board with Stavroulis at the moment. See what he can set. 1:43.856. It's an improvement on his time. Moves him up into 10th place. We then have the McLaren of Benny D crossing the line. He's a very slow lap there. It looks like he might have had an incident. Okay, so who else do we have out and about? Van Rodbury will be starting his lap in a minute. Just keeping an eye on the... there's a little battle going on in qualifying there between... is it Donkey? No, it's 10K. Yeah, 10K and Pedavol there, so... Find a little bit for track position. So let's follow with Van Rodbury now, who actually sets a purple middle sector, so this could be a good lap for him. Hopefully the traffic in front of him won't hold him up. I don't think they will as we approach the bus stop. Chicane. Have a look, just make sure he can. It's good, his teammate there getting out of the way. Fantastic. Takes that well. So let's see what time Van Rodbury can put on. So it's his first lap. 42.877 puts him into 4th position. So leaving it till a little bit late there, but obviously has the pace there. Van Rodbury putting up into 4th position. So Stavroulis coming into the bits. Who do we have out? It's only King. Who else? We have Plebmaster. He's on an outlap. We have Gadabisu on an outlap as well. Is anybody on a flyer? Let's have a look. It's only King seems to be on a... He's already done one lap, so no, I can see him coming into the pits, but yeah, the time is ticking away now. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Doesn't leave long to come into the pits, put a fresh set of tyres on and get out. But I can see a flurry of activity happening within the next minute or so. Everybody will be going out for their final run, obviously looking to get pole position or as high up on the grid as they can for the start of this race. So it's only King does indeed pit. He'll be looking at putting some fresh softs on. So we have Tickard on a lap at the moment. Van Rodbury, I'm not sure if he's gone for a second lap. No, 2.6 down, so no, he is not. So we will keep an eye on Tickard, but in front of him as well, we have Canabisu and Plebmaster. So it does look like Plebmaster will be the first of the trio here to set the time, and then Canabisu will be the next, and then Cassell, or Ticket I think it is, will see how the end of the lap goes here as he's approaching, as they turn 17, which is Blanchimont, and then towards the bus stop chicane. So a lot of people just call it the chicane now, but I'm a bit old-fashioned. I used to like it when they had the old bus stop there. Certainly the pit entry was a lot better. But let's see here. Plebmaster puts in a 1:43.9, so moves himself up into 12th place. Then we've got Canabisu will be next across the line to set a 1:46.9. That keeps him, unfortunately, in the position he was in. Ticket will be next across the line. Doesn't improve on his time at all. I do wonder if he will go for one last flying lap here, but he will be taking an awful lot of life out of his tyres. Okay, so who is next? Spectre will be the first of the last runners, I think, to set a time. I beg your pardon, Owen Dunn's actually on his fast lap at the moment, so we'll see if he can improve on his 43.366, currently in 9th place in the Alfa Romeo. We'll see if he can move himself up the grid slightly. I did miss Cassell there going into 9th place. And Owen Dunn does indeed improve to a 43.014, moves him up into 6th place, so a good lap there. I've seen someone off, that's Van Robbery, not having the best of qualifying sessions. I'm just going to follow with Donkey Dan just ahead of him. 42.695, 2nd place for Donkey there. Petterval 42.426 stays in provisional pole position, but I think he's on his last flying lap. He managed to just cross the line before anybody else, before the checker flag came out, so he will get one last lap, Peterval. So will Donkey, but Spectre. So yeah, we've still got a few to set times here. We're going to follow around with Spectre coming into the bus stop chicane. Gets a snap of oversteer there. It's completely ruined his lap. Lost a lot of time in that last corner. Unfortunate there for him. As I say, got the lost grip at the rear. So easy to do in these corners. Brasive abandons his lap, so he's quite happy with where he is. Who is next? Cassell will be coming into the pits. He won't be setting another lap time today, so the next, these blues, there are too many the same, so 10k, but unfortunately he has invalidated his lap. Donkey Dan has invalidated his lap. Petterval has invalidated his lap as well, so not much going on at the front that's going to change much. 10k, as I say, invalidated. It's only King invalidated as well, so I think that could be the end of qualifying with people invalidated on their final laps. So we have Petterval with pole position. Congratulations to him. If I remember rightly, he also taken pole position in Mexico and Azerbaijan, so absolutely blessed with speed is Petterval, and a clean sweep so far on pole positions. So congratulations to him. Just going to keep an eye on Owen Dunn. No, he's going to come into the pit. So that is the grid set. So Pedivol takes pole position with a 1:42.426 in second. We have Donkey Dan, then Spectre in third, Van Rodbury in fourth, Abrasive in fifth, Owen Dunn in sixth. Then we have 10K seventh, Ticket 8. It's only KG in ninth. In 10th, Cassell. 11th, Benny. 12th, Stavroulis. 13th, Plebmaster. 14th, Nexton. And 15th and last, Cannabisu. So it'll be very interesting to see whether positions 11 down to 15 go for the alternate strategy and put the mediums on. So here we go, just looking at the grid. We've already been through, but Pedivol there picking up his third pole position in 3 races of 1:42.426. Congratulations, a great effort from him. Donkey Dan in second, then Spectre third, Van Rodbury in fourth, Abrasive fifth, Owen Dunn in sixth, then 10K seventh, Ticket 8th. 9th, it's only KG. 10th, we have Cassell. 11th, Mbeni. In 12th, we have D. Stavroulis. 13th, Plebmaster. 14th, Nexton. And at the back of the grid, Cannabisu. But he's 3.5 seconds down, so didn't have the best of qualifying sessions, but did set his best time on the mediums. So it's slightly skewed the performance there, but certainly could do with finding a bit of time for the race. So I will just take a small break whilst they get ready for the race.
It's Sunday, and that means it's race time here in Spa. As the cars are being prepared, let's join them trackside for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour.
Well, welcome back. So we're just waiting for the drivers now to set up their tyre strategies for the race. Obviously the top 10 are locked on with the tyres that they qualified on, so we'll be starting on the softs. So it'll be interesting to see what 11 downwards actually decide to choose. So here we are, off on to the warm-up lap. Obviously Pedivol will be leading them round. Whilst they are doing that, we'll get the data up. Okay, so obviously making their way slowly down the Kemmel Straight, looking at the tyre strategy for this race. Obviously we've got a one stopper which is soft onto hards around about lap 6, an alternate 2 stopper is soft to mediums on round about lap 5, and then a pit again on lap 13. Doesn't necessarily mean everyone will stick to this. People are better on tyres than others, and we saw a lot of strategies in the other races we've had this week. Obviously with Division 1 being wet, it was taken out of our hands literally as soon as it dried up on the last couple of laps. They were onto softs, but apart from that it was an inter-race. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what strategies that people go for today. Looking at the map, obviously we have Sector 1 there, where the main overtaking opportunity is, going down the Kemmel Straight. Sector 2 there in blue, obviously more of a windy section, not very easy to overtake there at all, especially turns 10 and 11. Pouillon You don't want to touch the curb there, otherwise you're gone, you're into the wall. Sector 3, obviously pretty much a flat out section going all the way through the left hand of the Blanchimont. Overtaking opportunities going into the bus stop at turns 18 and 19. Obviously with DRS on the start finish line as well. So here we have them making their way round towards the starting grid for what will be the start of an interesting Grand Prix. Pedevol, pole position, can see him holding that hopefully from the beginning, but we will see. Canabisu there will be the last, or the 15th and final car in the Mercedes to take his grid slot, and there he is working his way in. So we are now waiting for the lights. And here we are, we're waiting now. We have 1 red, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and we're off. And it's a cracking start there by Donkey Dan. Is he going to make the move around the outside there? Gleam, we had a bit of a 10k I think went off, but nothing too bad, no real damage. But looking at the front here, Donkey Dan and Peter Vole could be glued together going up through that section. Donkey Dan getting past Peter Vole. I missed that right at the beginning there, but there is so much action going on behind. But we'll see if Peter Vole can come back around the outside, which he does. Good move there. Keeping an eye on everybody else behind. There's a move between It's Only King and Owen Dunn. It's Only King comes off worse off there, and Tickett actually makes his way past as well, so losing 2 spaces in 1 corner. Not a great opening lap, but nobody really gaining or losing positions. We've only got a couple that have made a move. 10k up 1 place, Owen Dunn down 1 place. And then we got Nexton in 13th, has made up a place from 14th. But apart from that, everybody has retained their grid position. So Pedevol taking the lead back from Donkey Dan around the outside. There was a good move, Donkey Dan gave him the space as well. But a good aggressive move by Pedevol there. Obviously wants to get himself out in the lead and stretch his legs if he can. So we have no insight into weather at the moment, so we can only assume it's going to be a dry race from start to finish. But one thing I have learnt with Formula 1 is never to assume anything. Donkey Dan got very, very close to the back of Pedevol there. So do we have anybody looking at making a move down the start-finish line? We have a move there by Tickett on the inside of Owen Dunn. Owen actually retains that position, but we'll keep an eye going up through Eau Rouge and Radion, and then onto the Kemmel Straight. Owen Dunn with Tickett directly beside him there. So a little bit of wheel banging, nothing too bad going on there. We'll keep an eye back. It's Only King in front, seems to have lost it a bit, which has held up Tickett. Tickett could go for the attack moving down into Bruxelles. Goes for the inside, but thinks better of it at the moment. But a good move there by Tickett, making up a position. So past Owen Dunn, who put up a good fight. I saw a bit of bodywork flapping in the background there, so I'm not sure if somebody has made contact. It looks like Van Rodprey might... A little bit of trouble. Yeah, he's lost his right end plate, so he must have made some damage there. 10k as well has dropped down. I'm missing everything at the front because I'm trying to concentrate on what's going mid-pack. But yeah, 10k in 3rd place. Who have we lost from the front? Donkey Dan. Completely missed what happened with Donkey there. I'm wondering if he had a bit of an incident with Van Rodprey, considering he also has wing damage. Be interesting to see if Donkey Dan pits. Van Rodprey does come into the pits. Donkey Dan continues, so it doesn't look like he had any damage. So perhaps he just had a spin or maybe got in a bit of an altercation. The Cassell now coming into the pits as well. So at the front, Pedevol stretching his legs now. 1.6 second gap. I mean, obviously aided by an incident behind him with Donkey Dan. But all you can do is keep driving, and if anything happens behind you, that's great. You get yourself a bigger gap. But if he keeps himself solid. So Spectre up into second place. Tenke just behind him, in third place there, with Abrasive right behind him, so we are very close here. Firm Robbery there picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's not great this early in the race. Could certainly hurt him if we've got a who is that? Canabisso, sorry. It looks like he has had a spin in Radion. Probably touched the inside curb. It is lethal there. So Pedevol now 3.5 seconds clear of Tenke. Who else? I think Spectre must have had a moment because he has dropped down from second to sixth. So it looks quite eventful, and I seem to be missing absolutely everything. Try and keep my eyes peeled, see what's going on. We have a group here that are fairly close together in Benny, Nexton, Stavroulis and Donkey Dan trying to recover obviously from an earlier incident, but we also have Abrasive Event. Looks like he is going to go for a move on 10k, and that looked ever so easy. I think obviously DRS, ERS so much more powerful on that straight, and Spectre as well, looked like he was going to go for a move there. Nexton staying currently in 9th position. So let's say we'll ride on board with It's Only King for a bit. Just try and keep an eye on this group. So we do seem to be really quick to get close together. We've got obviously Pedevol's disappearing with a 4.2 second lead, and then over 10k, but 10k himself's got nearly a 2-second lead over Abrasive, but Abrasive is then followed by It's Only KG, Owen Dunn, Spectre, Tickard, all nose to tail. So this could be interesting to see if we get any overtaking moves along the Kemmel Straight. We are around Blanchimont towards the bus stop chicane. I'm not sure if anybody is going to go for a move here, but looking just behind here, H2O Spectre looks very racy behind Owen Dunn. Very impatient to try and get past there, gets a good drive out of the final corner. It's not going to be good enough though. I think he's going to set his time there. He's going to sort of work his way down the hill through Rouge Radion and then look for a move on the Kemmel Straight, but we do have so many people that are going to have DRS and ERS, so poor old Abrasive, who's leading this train, is going to struggle somewhat from this. And Owen going on the defensive there. Keeps his position. Tickard moving up past Spectre. It's good to see. It's been nice clean racing so far. There's obviously been a couple of incidents that I've missed, whether they were anybody to blame or whether it was just a unfortunate event. I'm sure we'll find out after the race. But we're lap 5, getting on for a quarter of the way through the Grand Prix, and we still have 15 runners, which is good. Oh, saying that, we have Mbeni there. Unfortunately takes a spin. Looks like he's taken Stavroulis round with him as well. That's unfortunate. There's not a lot you can do when someone spins in front of you. It's you just have to pray that you can work your way, that you can get past them. But 9 times out of 10, you end up with some kind of damage. And unfortunately for Stavrolis, there it's put pay to a decent charge. Ticker comes into the pits. I don't think that's damage related. Looks like he has just had enough of those tyres. What we do, we get the tyre details up. There we go, we get the tyre data up so we can see what everybody's on. So next then, Donkey Dan having a nice little battle for 7th and 8th there. Donkey Dan working his way back up. As I say, he was doing very well at the front. I can only assume he, as I say, he must have either had a spin or perhaps a small issue with Van Robbery, I think, who had damage at the time. But it's, I can only speculate. It's only KG there picking up a 3-second penalty as well. Currently in 4th position, doing very, very well. But that 3 seconds could hurt him looking at the closeness of the field. We are not separated by a lot. If you're looking from 3rd right the way down to 8th. Very close together. Spectre there, still behind Owen Dunn. Owen's doing a very good job of keeping him behind there. Jinked for a move there. Let's see if he can get a better drive, and he will do because Owen Dunn's come into the pits. He's had enough of those tyres. It's only KG as well has pitted, so they've had enough of those soft tyres. 14, 15, 16 laps to go. Might be a stretch for the mediums, but it is possible. So I think they'll last, but they'll certainly be screaming a bit towards the end. Not going to have a lot of grip there. So looking at Owens come out in 8th place behind Tickard. So pretty much as you were after that. And Peter Vols out. What's... Oh, Peter. Unfortunately, looks like he has come victim through Malmedy there. But we don't seem to have a safety car or a virtual safety car at the moment. And it's now been cleared, but we do have another spinner somewhere, if I can find them. It's not Donkey. 10k had a spin, couldn't quite get to him, but yeah, 10k's had a spin. Not too bad. We have another yellow there. Looks like Tickard there, as he dropped a good few places. So coming into the pits now, we've got a Abrasive Event, H2O Spectre, Nexton and 10k. 10k, I do wonder if he might have a bit of damage from that incident. Not 100% sure. No damage. So he should do well, but Owen Dunn up in the 3rd place. Donkey Dan now back in the lead, but 7-lap old softs. He will need to make a stop soon, so that is going to give the net lead to Abrasive. Just following behind there, Owen Dunn losing a place to Spectre. I think he's Owen's just trying to get his tyres up to temperature, obviously going on to the mediums after the softs as well. Takes a little bit of getting used to, just for the corners, and make sure you get your braking points right. Obviously with the weight adjustment in the car, using 81624, a third of the fuel that you started with. So the car is going to feel different. It's going to take a couple of laps just to get used to them. Obviously I think that's why he's lost a place to Spectre, but not letting him get away. But we have this nice little train that's formed. Nexton 10K, Tickard, Stavrolis and Cannabissu. So again we have a yellow flag. I'm not quite sure who that was. Sector 2 and Sector 3. Looks like it's cleared. Just wonder if it's somebody moving slowly. So yeah, so far, I mean, 8 laps in, we've got 2 retirements. Van Robbery and Peder Vol. Peder looked like, unfortunately, so Lacombe and Malmedy was his downfall there. Perhaps a little bit too much curb sent him into the wall. And Abissu there picking up a 3-second time penalty. We have a safety car. Owen Dunn is out. What happened to Owen? Oh, Owen was doing so well. He'd worked his way. I think he was up in the 4th place. So, but yes, we have a safety car. Yes, obviously give everybody a good chance to close up. The Plebmaster coming in to change tyres there. Only 2-lap-old mediums, so it's surprising. Unless he's going to go, might go for a fresh set of mediums to the end. Let's have a look, see what he decides to go. He's going on to hards. So Benny also coming into the pits. So Benny on the mediums. We have Plebmaster on the hard. Cassell also onto the mediums. But back at the front, Abrasive. Now in the lead, lap 9 of 22. In 2nd place we have H2O Spectre. 3rd place Donkey Dan. In 4th it's only KG. 5th Nexton. In 6th 10K. Had a bit of an incident a while ago, but again sitting in 6th place. Safety car's going to bunch it up, so that will help him. Tickard, current championship leader, in 7th position. D. Stavroulis in 8th. Then we have Cannabissu in 9th and Benny in 10th. Plebmaster in 11th and currently last of the runners in 12th place is Cassell. We have Owen Dunn, who unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened at all to him, but he's obviously the cause of this safety car. So unfortunate for Owen, was doing very well up into 4th position. Pedavol and Van Robbery the other retirements so far. So first safety car obviously coming a lot quicker than last night's Division 1, which as I say came out with about 3 laps to go, and we ended up with a 1-lap sprint, which was won by Benny. Or Ibni, I do apologise. So yeah, Abrasive currently leading. He's sitting 6th in the championship at the moment with 18 points. So it would be a welcome victory for him if he can keep himself there for the next 12 to 13 laps. H2O Spectre. I say doing very well. I think... I'm not sure if Spectre is a reserve or if he's new to the division. I will try and find out. I think he is new to the division, so this could well be... No, he's not new to the division at all. If I looked up the table, I would see that he is in 2nd place in the championship. And just to show what an idiot I am, I'll bring the tables up, get rid of the safety car. You can see there is Spectre in 2nd place with 25 points. So I take that back completely. So we're just waiting for the grid to form up. We've got Cassell, Plebmaster and Benny at the back, just waiting to catch up. I'm not I don't think they're going to catch up enough for the safety car to be released this lap, so we could be another lap behind the safety car. Obviously it's going to help very much with tyre wear and fuel as well. Give everybody a chance to run in lean, recoup some of that fuel, and hopefully get themselves back into the positive if they were in negative usage. So yeah, no safety car coming in this lap. Will be another lap under yellow, and then we should be good to go at the end of the next lap. So here we are with Abrasive. Getting his tyres nice and warm behind the safety car. It'll be down to him to govern the pace at the end of this lap, and he will decide when to push the button and go. So yeah, Abrasive, so just looking at his stats there, he finished second in the opening race of the season at Mexico, and then had well, didn't finish the race at Azerbaijan. But obviously looks like he's got some pace and he's going to be regular up and around the podium. So hopefully he'll have a bit better luck today. So the order again, we'll just have a quick look at. We have Abrasive in the current lead in the Ferrari. We then have Donkey Dan in second place in the Williams, in third place in the Red Bull, it's only KG. Then we have the second Ferrari of Nexton in fourth. In fifth we have Ticket in the Aston Martin. Sixth, 10K in the second Williams, then D Stavroulis in the Alfa Romeo. We then have Spectre in the AlphaTauri, M. Benny in the Soul McLaren Racing tonight, Plebmaster in the Haas, then we have Cassell in the second Aston Martin, and at the back Canabisu in the Mercedes. Okay, so the safety car is coming in this lap. So Abrasive will become the pacemaker. I expect he'll bunch the field up in a minute. Here we go. So into the bus stop chicane. He decides to pull the trigger now, and Abrasive has gone. A good restart by Abrasive there. Pulls away nicely from Donkey Dan. We then have it's only KG just behind. Nexton not making a move. Tickard just behind. Looks like a very good restart under the safety car. Certainly no incidents. But Donkey Dan is right on the back of Abrasive. Obviously we won't have any DRS for a couple of laps, but I think the speed advantage he's got there in the ERS is going to be enough to take him past. And good move by Donkey Dan there, taking the lead. We've also a bit further down, we've got Nexton was overtaken by Tickard. So a couple of moves there on the opening lap after the safety car. Abrasive losing the lead to Donkey Dan. Donkey Dan working his way back up after an incident early doors. Now in the lead by Wright. Let's keep it in. Nexton seems to... It's only KG's out. And we have a virtual safety car now, so we're coming thick and fast now, but it's only KG. Looks like he got caught there coming out of the corner with no name. Not sure obviously if it was any contact or whether it's just got up on that curb and it's flung him across to the left. That's quite a common thing to do. So we're down to 11 runners now. Just over halfway. And we have a virtual safety car. So for those at home who don't know what a virtual safety car is, it's basically like putting two cars on a Scalextric's track where they go at exactly the same speed. So nobody should make up any time on any other car. It doesn't always work out that way, but virtual safety car's now in anyway, so Donkey Dan has he's pulled out a 1.5 second lead already on Abrasive. But we'll keep an eye on the gaps behind us, so we are very, very close. I mean, this Stavroulis there looks like he will make a move on Nexton here. He's got far better speed, much more overspeed there, and does indeed take the position from Nexton, diving up the inside into Lacombe. A good move there by Stavroulis. And we'll see if he can pull away and make a bit of a dent into the 1.3 seconds that 10k is ahead of him. But Nexton, as they lost a few places on the restart, now has Spectre right on his backside. He's desperate to get past, obviously make some positions back up. Again, potentially capable of a podium today. Benny behind as well in the McLaren. Very close. Spectre looks like he might be going for a move here. Let me just ride on board with Spectre just to see if he does indeed go for a move towards the bus stop. The Stavroulis there picking up a 3 second time penalty. That's going to hurt him, but he's pulled out 2 seconds on Stavroulis already, and we've got a move there. Unfortunately, Spectre cut the corner there. He's going to have to give the position back, and it looks like he's going to lose a place to Benny as well. And potentially Cassell, he does lose a place to Cassell as well. So just outbraking himself ever so slightly there, and he's lost, what, 2-3 positions. But this is a feisty little battle here. We've got a nice 5-car battle going on. So Spectre looks driving like a man who's angry now. And angry at himself. But picks up that position there. And we have Benny going past Nexton. Oh, this is good battling here between Spectre and Cassell. And Plebmaster just in the background there as well. So this is the battle to watch at the moment. At the front, Donkey Dan now with nearly a 3 second lead on Abrasive. He's just stretched his legs and pulled those out consistent. Abrasive still doing very well in second place, 5 lap old mediums. Tickered in the remaining podium position currently as we stand. Let's have a quick look at penalties just to see how we are doing. Canabisu unfortunately with 9 seconds. Spectre there with 5 seconds. I'm not sure if that's speeding in a pit lane or perhaps tapped under safety car. Should never be a reason for hitting someone under the safety car. Give them space. Obviously if it is reported to the stewards, action will be taken on the car that has hit you from behind if it was if it was an avoidable contact. So a 20-second penalty is quite a hefty penalty to get that nobody really wants on top of their race. So give yourself some room, lads. Plebmaster with 3 seconds, so again that will be for a corner cut. Just keeping an eye on this nice little battle here. Even get the right button in a minute as well, so we can follow that. Let's keep it like Cassell just behind. So nobody going for the move there. But looking just ahead, Benny's already pulled out over a second lead on Nexton. So Nexton seems to be struggling a little bit for pace at the moment. But as I say, it could just be getting used to the tyres. Obviously still putting in good laps. Sector 2, we have a yellow who has spun there. Stavroulis is out. Oh, Stavroulis, he was doing so well there. Looks like he's a looks like he's another victim of Pouillon, to be honest with you. Perhaps just touching that inside curb, but it is so unforgiving. And we got another safety car. So we had nothing for 8 or 9 laps, and then we've had safety car, virtual safety car, safety car. So now with 8 laps to go, including the one we are on, we're down to 10 runners. So all you need to do is finish now, lads, and you've got yourself some decent, you know, at least a point. So we have people pitting there. Benny's coming in for some softs. So obviously with 6-7 laps to go, that's a sensible move. Let's bring the tyre data back up again so we can see what's going on. Yeah, and they're all coming in, pitting for softs. That's a good move. We'll see Donkey Dan, I think, is going to have lost the chance to do that. So he will have to see the remainder of this race out onto the mediums, because if he comes in now, he's going to lose far too many positions. I'm not sure this will be too long for this safety car, because it looks like everybody is not too far away at the back, so I think they will catch up. I don't think it'll come in this lap. We'll probably be looking at next lap. So perhaps at the end of lap 17, which will give us a 5-lap shootout basically. So yeah, as I said, you know, Division 1 last night, we had a 1-lap shootout at the end on the safety car. Looks like tonight we're going to end up with a 5-lap shootout. I think not going to come in on this lap. It might do. Might do actually. The field has bunched up. We'll find out in a moment. I think it will stay up for another lap. And we are staying out for another lap. Safety car in would have been the message by now. So the field bunched up. We'll have a 5-lap shootout. We've got the front 4 currently on mediums. And then from 5 to 10 on fresh soft. So obviously they're going to have a big advantage over the last few laps. So one I think certainly to keep your eyes on the softs is going to be Spectre, currently in 8th place, but he has showed really good pace today, and he's very keen on getting past the car in front, and has done on many occasions very cleanly. So I can see him working his way up. Whether he can get up to a podium, not 100% sure. Doesn't have any penalties, and that's always a help. But we'll run through the order that we have so far. As I say, on lap 17 of 22, we have Donkey Dan is our leader in the Williams. We have Abrasive Event in 2nd in the Ferrari. In 3rd place in the Aston Martin, we have Tickard. Then in 4th place in the Williams, we have 10K. 5th, Nexton in the 2nd Ferrari. Then we have Mbenny in the sole McLaren today. Plebmaster in the sole Haas. Then we have H2O Spectre, who I think is the only AlphaTauri today as well. Can Abisu in the only Mercedes, and then the second Aston Martin of Cassell looks like he's pitted again. So he has now caught up to the back of the field. So we'll see. Safety car hopefully will be in this lap. The field is completely bunched up now. No stragglers, so there's no reason for the safety car to stay out. Looks like the incident's been completely cleared away. In fact, it was before the safety car really came out. I was unable to locate exactly what happened to Stavrolis. But as I say, unfortunate for him. He was doing well and seemed to have really good pace going into the final third of this race. But I say those corners at Pouillon, they're not very user friendly. If you do mount them in the wrong way, you're either flicked left into the wall or you're flicked right into the Armco on the other side. So safety car is coming in this lap. We can tell by the fact that we are now seeing them all bunch up, warming up those medium tyres at the front. Donkey Dan just now the pacemaker. Where will he decide to go? I can only think he's going to do it out of the bus stop chicane. So onto the start finish line. Doesn't seem to be much of a benefit going earlier than that. If you can get yourself decent drive out of here, take it slow in, get yourself straight, and then plant your foot down, you will get... Oh, and he hasn't! I think Donkey was quite lucky that he hadn't crossed the start-finish line there. Otherwise, I think Abrasive would have had him. But yeah, keep an eye here, Abrasive. He's going for a move up the inside. This is brave. That's brave. Looks like Donkey backed out of that one. So we now have Tickard looking for a move on Abrasive around the outside, which he does do. So we've had 3 different leaders in the space of about 5 corners. A lot of action going on all over the place. Nexton getting past H2O Spectre and Pleb Master there are going to be side by side going into Pouillon. This might not end up well. Spectre decides to just drop in behind, which is sensible. Takes the inside line. Plebmaster goes a bit wide, so we're now looking into... I thought he was going to go for a move there, but not so. No, into Campos and Stavelot. It's so close. Cassell looks like he's had a bit of an incident there. Abrasive FM, why are you down there? What did I miss? Oh boy, he was doing so well. Well, who else do we have? Cassell looks like he's had an incident in the bus stop chicane there. Here coming the pits. And has retired in the pit lane. Don't quite get that, to be honest with you. You're on for a point with 4 laps to go and you retire in the pit lane. That makes absolutely no sense to me at all. And now his car's going to go out and potentially cause issues. Hopefully it will retire pretty quickly. But there it is now, sitting there. So you can see on the map, you've got it sitting up at turn 1. This is what happens when you retire in the pit lane, is that your car can come back on track. Luckily it's been cleared now, but I say each to their own. If you've had a bad race and you've had enough, but I can't understand with 3-4 laps to go and you're going to collect a point. So we're down to 9 runners. Looks like we're going to have 9 potentially that are going to finish. Tickard has worked his way back up into the lead, so the current championship leader looks like he will be extending his lead. Donkey Dan just behind him there, but has a penalty. Donkey Dan with the fastest lap of the race there, quickly beaten by Spectre with a 1:45.480, so those softs are now coming into their own. Again, let's have a quick look at penalties just to see how this is going to affect it. Donkey Dan with a 3-second penalty there. Going to keep an eye on Benny and Plebmaster. Looks like there's some moves going on here. Can he go 3 wide? We are 3 wide going into the Coombe. Benny thinks better of it and actually ends up losing a position there to Spectre. That would have been a sight to see. 3 cars going into Lacombe and Malmedy. I think that might have ended up in tears for someone. So I think Benny doing the right thing, just dropping in behind and wait and see what happens. But with 9 runners, you're guaranteed points now. Just finish the race. Tickard, I'm missing all the moves today. Tickard's lost the lead now to Donkey Dan. I can only assume again he might have made a slight mistake. We have another spinner. Abrasive. It was all looking so good for Abrasive, and unfortunately over the last 2 laps it's all absolutely fallen apart. So keep yourself going, lad. As I say, 8th position, you pick yourself up some points. Might not be what you were hoping for, but it's points are points at the end of the day. So now entering lap 21, 2 laps to go. We have Donkey Dan in the lead by half a second from Tickard, but obviously with that 3-second penalty is really going to hurt him. Currently in 3rd, Plebmaster working his way up in the Haas to 3rd place, but again with a 6-second penalty that is really going to hurt him. So at the moment we are looking at 10k on the podium. Spectre's not far behind him. He really has gone on a bit of a charge in these last few laps. Ganabisu there with a 3-second time penalty, now gone for 12 seconds in total. It's quite impressive. Not as bad as some we've seen that are up in the 20s, so it's not as bad as it could be. So Benny literally straight behind Spectre here, who's right behind 10k. So it'll be interesting going into the last lap. We will have one more shot down the Kemmel Straight to go for the move. .10k lead in this pack, doesn't seem to be closing in on Plebmaster in 3rd, but as he doesn't need to, Plebmaster with that 6-second penalty. Donkey Dan currently 10k going for a move. Spectre around. Spectre now up in the 4th place. Benny up the inside of 10k. There's some nice battling going on between these 4. We have a yellow. Who is that? I can't. We can Canabisu. We've lost last lap of the race and we lose him. So we're now down to 8 finishers. So out of a field of 15. So Donkey Dan keeping himself there, 10k. Just going to keep an eye just in case he goes for a move on Nexton. He does, and I can see this pretty much being the finishing positions now. Obviously penalties are going to make a big impact on it, so Donkey Dan potentially going to cross the finishing line first, but he's not going to finish first. He's going to finish, I think, 2nd. He should still get 2nd. I think Spectre's going to get himself up onto the podium in 3rd place. Let's see, so we are now into the final sector of the final lap with Donkey Dan leading the way. And so 1.2 seconds clear. Looks like Tickett has dropped back a bit. Obviously doesn't need to push it now going into the final sector, certainly with that 3-second penalty. As long as he doesn't drop back more than 3 seconds, he'll be absolutely fine. So coming on to the start-finish line for the last time and taking the checkered flag is Donkey Dan. Congratulations to him, but he will be overtaken by Tickett because of penalties. Then in third place, Spectre worked his way up there. Well done to him. 10k in fourth. We have fifth, Nexton. Sixth, Plebmaster. Seventh, Mbeni and Abrasive. Was doing so well till after that last safety car, and it just looks like his race fell apart a bit for him. But congratulations, he showed decent pace. It just wasn't his race. So driver today, Nexton. And there we go with Tickett winning and giving away free copies of the F1 game to his fans there. Congratulations to him. And so a solid drive is going to extend his lead in the championship. Spectre obviously in second place in the championship, finished third. So again, he will he'll consolidate his position in second. So there we have it. That was Division 2. Belgian Grand Prix, which was round 3. Looking at the results again, we have Tickett was our winner today in the Aston Martin. Donkey Dan in second, also picking up a point for fastest lap. In third, we have Spectre in the AlphaTauri. Fourth, 10k in the Williams. Nexton, fifth in the Ferrari. Plebmaster 6 in the Haas, 7th Mbeni in the McLaren, then in 8th we have Abrasive in the Ferrari, 9th Kanabisu in the Mercedes. He was 2 laps down. I'm not sure if he will be classified for that, but so close to the end. Cassell was the last of our did not finishers. Then we have De Stravalos, It's Only KG, Owen Dunn, Pettervol and Van Robbery. So there we have it. That was Division 2, the Belgian Grand Prix. I say it's been quite interesting. It was nice to see a dry race after seeing a wet race yesterday. Fingers crossed it will be dry for Division 3, which is tomorrow night. Tonight we obviously had Divisions 2 and Division 4. Tomorrow night we have Division 3, which is our final race of the week on the Thursday at 8 o'clock. Please tune in and watch that on YouTube. We'll then obviously have the weekend break, and we'll look forward to being back next week. We'll be starting racing on Tuesday again with Division 2 and 4, and we are at Imola next week. So it will be the first race for DTR around the Imola circuit, and we'll very much look forward to that. So there we go. That was Division 1. I've been Nellboy. Thank you for joining me. Have a good evening, everyone. Take care.